Hello, and welcome back to the Syllable channel. Today we're going to build something pretty darn cool. An outbound sales lead qualification agent. Or in simpler terms, an agent that can call potential leads to schedule a car test drive. What the agent will do is call people and walk them through questions that are in a Google form. If they're ready for a test drive, the agent will look up a dealership based on zip code, and then it'll write the responses back onto a Google sheet. We'll be covering a lot of new concepts today, like creating a Google service account so that your agent can write in your sheets and read your Google forms. Here's a diagram of how it's going to look like. You've got your agent, prompt, and message. You may have also noticed the 3 new tools, and make sure you've got our docs open as we'll be referring to this throughout the video. And a small heads up, there will be a few blurred items across the screen every now and then since some things are personal or confidential info. Okay, long intro, but now it's time to get started. So let's create a new prompt. I'll name it Test Drive Agent Prompt, and then fill out the usual spiel. For the tools, we're going to need the Append Data tool, Create Sheet from Form tool, Search Dealerships tool, aka Search Data Store, and then the classic Hangup tool. All these tools are available for you to use. Then let's snag the prompt from the docs and copy and paste it in here and hit save. Next up is creating a data source. In our docs, go to the data source section and copy this data source. Obviously, if you'll be using your own data, then you don't need to copy this. This is just for our example. So let's create a new data source back in console and paste this lengthy text here. I'll just call this Toyota Dealerships and then scroll all the way down and hit save. Now, since we already have the tools, there's no need to create them from scratch, so we can skip this part and head over to messages. In our docs, you can see the message is available right here for us to copy. Make sure to not include the quotes. Then back in console, create a new message, name it, and paste in the text. Save that. 3 steps done already. Okay, now, back in our docs, you'll see that creating an agent is the next step. And you'll notice a couple of new things here. A header and value section. We'll be copying those 2 keys in a bit. First, let's create a new message. Name your agent, of course. Make sure you've got the correct prompt and message selected, and fill out the rest of the fields. You can see the tools that we've got here. They were added once we selected our prompt, since our prompt instructs the use of these tools. Now under the Search Dealerships tool, make sure to select the data source we just created, so that would be Toyota Dealerships. And in order to authenticate, we need to add a tool header. In the docs, you can copy both the value and the header keys, paste them into the appropriate fields, and hit save. However, we're actually going to add our own values in a bit so that we can use our own spreadsheets. I'll just run a quick test first to make sure everything is going as planned. So I'll respond yes to the agent. And okay, good. The agent is using the Create Sheet tool. And if you want, you can see the results here. So now that we've tested the agent using the Syllable keys, we want to go back and create our own. So open up Google Drive. We need to set up the following folder structure. A folder for your Google form, and that form has all the questions that you want the agent to ask the caller or the lead. And then a Sheets folder as well. That's where your sheet is going to get created. So go copy your Sheets folder ID, go back to your agent, make sure your Create Sheet form tool is open, and paste your ID into the parent folder ID field. This is the folder where you want the sheet to get created. Then, if you have a Google form already with all your questions, you want to make sure you copy that form ID and paste it into the form ID field. Okay, it's a long tutorial. I hope you all are still with me. So now we need to set up a Google service account. This is necessary so that our agent can read our form and update our sheet. Let's go back to our docs, and in the tools section, you can find a link to help you create your service account. And there's also a couple of APIs we'll need to enable. So click on that link and then enable the API. Hit next and enable. click on the menu in the left there. Under APIs and Services, select Enabled APIs and Services. In the search bar, search for Sheets and select Google Sheets API. Click Enable. Then search for the Google Drive API and enable that as well. And one more, search for Google Forms and enable that API too. Now, head to Credentials, press Manage Service Accounts on the bottom right, then create Service Account. I'll name it Demo Sheets AI, and I'll also give it a description. Click Create and Continue. Under Role, hover over Basic and then choose Owner. Press Continue. And then hit Done. Now you want to copy your service account, then go to your Google Drive where your folders are located. Open up the Share option for your main folder. Mine is the Syllable demo folder, so whatever yours is, open that up. And then paste the service account address in here. Make sure editor is enabled and press Send. So, with our service account set up and permissions shared, we need to copy over some of these access keys to our agent. So back in our Google service account, press Actions on the right and Manage Keys. Then Add Key, create New Key, and create a JSON key. Allow the download and open it in your JSON editor. Copy all of this, then head back to your agent in the Syllable console and under Value, paste in your Google key here. Once you've got that, hit Save. Okay, the hard part is done now. Now we can finally test out our bot. So let's start a session. I'll quickly answer all these questions. And as you can see, the agent is using the tools correctly and pulling information from the form. I'll fast forward the rest. The point of this test is to showcase all the tools that are being used. Nice. Now to see the cool part. Head over to your Sheets folder in your Google Drive, and you should see a sheet waiting for you there. Click on it and it'll show you all the preferences that the user had for the test drive. Pretty nifty stuff. Alrighty. We're almost done. Just a couple more things. We want the agent to call us. So that means creating a voice channel first. So head over to Channels, create a new channel, fill out the required fields, make sure the correct agent is connected and save it. A very easy and familiar step for all of you, or most of you. Now, for the agent to call us, we need to create an outbound campaign. This might be familiar to a few of you if you watched our previous tutorials. So select Campaigns and press New Campaign. Name it, select the channel source you just created. Don't need a display ID for this test. I'll keep the rate at 60. For the hours, I'll select every single day of the week and all day. I'll save that. And now we need to add a batch to our campaign. So go to Batches and select New Batch. Toggle on Auto Run Batch and hit Save and Upload. I'll download this batch template and open it in Google Sheets. As you can see, I've already added a list of names and target numbers that I want the agent to call. Once you've got your sheet filled out, download it as a CSV file. Then back in console, select your CSV file and press Upload. Alright, our campaign is now up and running. You can see the calls that are pending here, and eventually they'll connect. Like right now. Hello?
Hi there. I'm your AI agent calling on behalf of Toyota. We're excited to hear you're interested in taking a Toyota for a test drive. Am I speaking with Chris?
Yes, you are.
Great to connect with you, Chris. Let's dive into it. Could you share your last name, please?
Bergt, B-E-R-G-T.
Chris Berg. Now, what type of vehicle are you most interested in? Perhaps a sedan, SUV, truck, hybrid, or maybe something else?
Cool. I think that call went pretty well. I'll show you all one last thing, our session feature. Some of you might have seen this in the previous tutorial, but I'll show it again in case anyone's missed it. In sessions, you can review individual conversations the agent has with callers. Select whatever call you want to review. This right here is our AI summary, which gives you a quick rundown. Right below, you'll see the full transcript of the call. We also have a downloadable recording. And then we've got the tool tab, so you can see the tools that were used, as well as a latency tab for your call. And finally, we've got a label feature, so you can label whether the agent is doing what you expect. Whew. Okay, the tutorial is done. We hope it wasn't too complicated. And if you stuck through to the very end, I sincerely congratulate you, and great job. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Build AI agents for every idea.